and welcome to Winners Corner. This Sunday we have a very fine races at Solvalla racetrack in Stockholm. All the races within the V75 round are British Crown semi-finals over 2,140 meters, and we'll get to see beautiful 3- and 4-year-old horses. And Per, I wonder who's the favorite out of the whole lot for you?
Well, I would say Very Kronos. It's going to be so good to see him. This horse has made a lot of mischief and has cost the trainer Svante Båth a lot of grey hairs. But it seems like they found the key now to Very Kronos. And, well, I just love the horse, actually.
And we get back to that horse in a little while. But for now, we start in race 5. It equals the first leg of the V75 round, and it's for stallions and geldings, 4-year-olds. And here the favorite, at least right now, it's number 4, Chianti, trained and driven by Björn Goop. Is this a good opening win bet for the day?
Yeah, I'm gonna bet win on Chianti. It's an absolutely fantastic horse. And this is what happened on the Derby some month ago. It's who is who winning. We all know what kind of horse that is. And look, Björn Goop here, how easily he takes the second place behind who is who. You can do nothing to who is who, but how he makes it there on second after the great horse who is who, that is fantastic. And he's meeting so much easier opposition this time. And well, I'm going to go with him.
A win bet there in race 5 on horse number 4, Chianti, is hopefully a nice way to start off this Sunday. The next race, race 6, the second leg in the V75 round, is for the 3-year-old stallions and geldings. Number 11, Global Welcome, who won his last race in superior style, Per, is the favorite, but he's not the one that you want to talk about here.
I want to talk about another one, about Address Book. Fantastic horse. Johan Untersteiner is the trainer and the driver behind the Address Book. This is the criterium. It's Inti Boko winning there for Johnny Tactor. Address Book speeding 4 wide there for Johan Untersteiner and finishing 3rd in the race. Absolutely good speed there on Address Book. And I think the win will pay like, let's say, 14-1 or so. And then we will get a show saying like 2.5, 3-1, which is good enough for me.
It's very good, and so don't forget about placing a win and show bet on horse number 12, Address Book, with Johan Untersteiner as the trainer and driver. We move on to race 7. V75 3 is for 3-year-old fillies. Björn Goop and number 3, Fanny Chenal, will bear the weight of being the favorite. But also here you found something interesting, something more interesting for us from a betting perspective.
Yes, I did. Number 9, Racing Broda. This horse has performed so well, not in the toughest competition, but this is Racing Broda. I think it's Skellefteå a couple of races ago. Rickard Skoglund driving this horse. Racing Broda, trained by Matthias Djuse. You see this horse do good races from time to time. Well, number 9 mustn't be bad. The kind of horse that likes to race behind horses and has a good short speed. So Racing Broda will be a good bet.
A nice little show bet here in race 7 on horse number 9, Racing Broda. And we move on to the daily double. Of course, it's as usual in races 10 and 11. And DD1 is the British Crown semi-final for the 4-year-old fillies. And here we find the second biggest favorite of the day in number 2, Vamp Kronos. And how do you treat her here now in your daily double system?
I would say Vamp Kronos. I might just step on some toes here, but I think that's the most overrated horse all day. There's been a lot of talk about Vamp Kronos from time to time. She tends to be favorite in each and every race she starts in. Last 2 races she has been so disappointing. I cannot see her win. I go with Global Upper Style instead, actually. I think that's the one taking the lead. And we're going to look at Global Upper Style here. Peter Untersteiner in the lead. Look at Peter. Look at the body language here. How he sits still and he lets his horse do the work. He will lead this race wire to wire.
Very well then. And DD2, another semi-final for the 4-year-old stallions and geldings. We find the biggest favorite of the day. And you already mentioned him in the beginning, number 5, Very Kronos. This is not a horse that you can discard.
cannot. This is a horse with fantastic capacity, and I mean, probably Very Kronos has galloped away 600,000-700,000 kroners. This is last time out. The horse has made a lot of mischief, has galloped and has misbehaved, and Svante Båth, as I mentioned earlier, has had so much trouble with Very Kronos. They found to kill the horse now. Eric, you can hear Eric Addison, the driver, when he talks about the horse, that he absolutely loves him. He can win this race regardless of racing scenario, regardless of position. So this is a good straight banker, 5-5.
Which means that we have one single combination for the daily double this Sunday. And this Sunday we also, as we mentioned, we have a V75 round. We have to find the winners in 7 consecutive races. And Per has, as usual, you put together a suggestion for us, and let's take a look at it to see what you've created for us. And we can see here that we've already talked about your 3 bankers. Chianti in the first leg, Global Upper Style in the 6th, and then Very Kronos in the last leg. What banker do you believe the most in here? Oh, you don't hardly even have to answer that.
No,
it's Very
that's
Kronos.
Very Kronos, of course.
What about Global Upper Style contra Chianti?
Chianti is a stronger of them, I would say.
It's a stronger one. Okay, we've also talked about the 2nd and 3rd leg, and here we can see that you regard both these races as very open ones. Is there anything you'd like to add about those 2 races?
Well, I would once again stress address book in V75 too. Don't miss out on address book, because I think it's overlooked today. I think we can see an upset here in V75-3. Don't forget, as we mentioned, number 9, Racing Brother. In the 4th, just about anything can happen. A horse like Betting Gangster, a rather good horse, but from number 8, I think it's going to be hard. Number 3, Versailles US, not to be overlooked. That's an upset in the race.
Yeah, you spend most marks here in the 4th leg. Yes. In the 5th leg, we have another qualification race, or another semi-final for the 3-year-old fillies. And here we get to see number 12, A Sweet Dance again. She was a clear favorite in Oaks. Yeah. She got 7th there. She is the favorite now here again. But you don't trust her totally this time either.
Well, it tends to be with those young horses when they start a lot early in the season, and then when we come to the fall season, they have started like 12, 14 times, and that's about the time when they get their backlashes. So you got to watch out with that, especially with the 3-year-olds. They tend to. They tend to go out of form late in the season. I think it could be the case with Sweet Dance. I think they matched her slightly wrong early in the season to top her for the Oaks. She got a race on the outside, and well, she underachieved that day, that's for sure. I would go with 3 horses, 3, 8, and I cannot leave out Sweet Dance, of course. Star of Miami, that was so good last time out, and number 3, Bechamel, that is probably the front runner in the race.
And with that, Per, we've gone through all the 7 races and your V75 system that this Sunday consists of 1008 combination. Thank you, Per. Thank you for watching, and of course visit our website swedishhorseracing.com to find out much more information about Swedish trotting and horse betting. And now enjoy this fine Sunday at Solvalla Racetrack in Stockholm. Bye bye.